strange things are afoot.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another GTA 5 Mount Chiliad Mystery video. I'm over here on the east side of Mount Gordo right now. Doing some comparisons. This rock drew my attention because it kind of barely peaks above the water, and you can see it if you're on the coastline on the east side of Mount Gordo. See how it makes a little bassy sound when you hit it? It's not that loud, but it's faint. Let's try this one. That one does it a little bit too. Now check this out. You notice how that other rock underwater is a lot louder. It's a lot bassier if you're listening with the right sound. If you have bass on, if you're having like surround sound, or if you're using headphones. Then if you notice too, I was looking around Mount Gordo, and this is kind of a compilation of just a lot of weird stuff that's going on there. There's all these stones that seem like they have almost like this triggering where you can shoot them once and then they kind of dislodge, and then they don't take any more damage or anything like that. And then on this other side, this is another thing that True Star Gaming pointed out on his channel, which I'm glad he did, because I think everybody should be aware of this location. It's on the west side of Mount Gordo. There's those floating rocks. There's 3 of them right there. And they do the same thing. You shoot them once, and then it triggers them, and then they don't take any more damage when you shoot them. So this really fascinates me right here, because if there is this one tree that changes like this and it's only visible during a certain time frame, how many other things are scattered across this huge continent of GTA 5 that we're gonna still discover year after year potentially that are like this? I mean, we know that some of the peyote plants, the golden peyote plants for Sasquatch, are reliant on certain weather sometimes and certain time frames of the day or even of the week, or maybe even cycles of the planets or moon or whatever. So how many other things in the game actually are like this that, in all probabilities, might take us years to find? Now, I've been finding so many weird things on Mount Gordo, I started looking at it from different perspectives, almost to see if the landmass matched up with the Mount Chiliad mural at all. And if you look at it from the perspective of the lighthouse, it has a lot of strange similarities to the mural itself on Mount Chiliad. And I've almost had this thought, like, you know, if you wanted to hide a secret in the game, you know, especially on a landmass like a mountain, one way to throw everybody off would be to put the little map or indication of it on a completely different mountain, leading people on a completely different wild goose chase or red herring. Now, if you look on the left side of the mural right here, you see kind of faded lines. Now, it almost to me seems like that's actually the grooves on the left side of Mount Gordo right here from the lighthouse, not the actual outline that continues on the left side. And then that's how it can potentially match up. If you actually look on the side of Mount Gordo too, you'll see that there's a lot of little grooves and lines like there is actually on the bottom of the Mount Chiliad mural. So this is when I actually looked up the meaning of Mount Gordo, or Gordo, the word, and one of the definitions that came up was jackpot, which was weird. Over here too, you'll notice along the water there's almost like a lighting glitch that's happening, but it almost looks like electricity. You know, like little shockwaves, electricity along the edge of the landmass there on the opposite side. I'll zoom in a second so you can see what I'm talking about. Now, I've seen these kind of references all around Mount Gordo, almost like this emphasis on electricity and thunder. And it's really funny because when you do yoga at your home or on Mount Gordo, you actually hear thunder when you're starting to do yoga, which I found really intriguing. And one of the last things I'm going to go over is the fact that I keep trying to go to the top of Mount Chiliad to actually see the UFO legitimately without having to use codes or anything like that, because technically I've only seen it using director mode. But every time I try to go to the top of Mount Chiliad, when it's actually raining, to wait for it to be about 3 o'clock in the morning, the rain always stops on my path up there, either with a helicopter or on the cable car or something like that. I've tried over and over again. It almost seems like, too, through doing yoga, that I've been triggering the rain somehow, or influencing the weather patterns, depending on the breathing kind of patterns and things like that that you do in the yoga, which started to make me think of the gallery image. One of those gallery images has actually a square and it has a black dot in the middle and it says us above it. Now, I thought of it maybe like it's a reverse thing till I looked at it backwards and it's SU. So I looked that up online, and if you just put an SU into Google, it'll say super user is one of the main definitions that comes up. And super user is like a computer term, almost like an administrative action. You know, being able to manipulate and change almost anything in a computer program or something like that. So it made me think, wow, maybe there's something related to yoga and being able to manipulate in a non-necessarily cheating way the environment, the weather systems and things like that. But you see right there, I tried to get up there and I couldn't even keep the rain going to see the UFO. This is one thing that's always kind of bugged me too since I started looking at Mount Gordo, is the mural right here that's actually on the left side of this little tunnel. where you find this little camp on the other side, there's these tents. And if you notice, for one, they're not like any of the tents that you see in GTA 5. They're actually triangle shaped. The rest are more like six-sided or whatever. They're more like circular, you know? And then they have that cross pattern across. It's not like an old school tent, you know, that has one support beam through the middle, like almost like, those are like army tents almost at the bottom. Which weirded me out, especially when I saw, if you have headphones or something like that, and you're going by those tents on Mount Gordo, there's actually like flies circling around several of them, almost like there's a dead body or something inside of the tents. So through this whole mess now with the rocks, this is when I found out that you could actually pick up the rocks with the cargo bob. Now, Grand Theft Auto has been a game franchise that have always programmed things into the game, sometimes just for fun. But usually there's a meaning for all of those things. So I do find it fascinating that you're just able to move some rocks and not others. Especially the rocks that don't take damage after you shoot them one time, all around the map. Shoot for the stars. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and you like the content on this channel. And I, of course, am putting out content every week, so make sure to subscribe and hit that little bell on the subscribe right side so you can make sure to be notified when videos are coming out so you can see them here first. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. This is SHADOWMAN signing out. Love, peace, and chicken grease.